Red cards can change the course of a match, but some have gone down in history as truly unforgettable. Red cards are inevitable, but some send-offs are usually so ridiculous that they remain a part of football history. Consider the dramatic moments, situations, confrontations, and competitions that escalated and resulted in choices that surprised players, their fans, and coaches. These unforgettable red cards have created controversies and rivalries and even brought about rule changes. Every occurrence has had its impact, whether in on-pitch cynical tackles, aggressive confrontations, or extra anger-related red card occurrences due to frustrations. In this countdown, we're diving into the top 10 most shocking red cards in football history, reliving the moments that kept fans on the edge of their seats and changed matches forever. Before we get into the countdown, make sure to subscribe to Goat Blender for more incredible football moments. Like the video and comment on your most shocking red card moment. Number 1. Zinedine Zidane's headbutt in the 2006 World Cup final. In one of Global Cup history's most momentous flashpoints, French icon Zinedine Zidane was expelled for the extra 30 minutes of the final towards Italy.
And it's going to be a red card, and it is a red card for Zidane.
With only a few minutes of the finals remaining, Zidane was provoked into retaliating to a remark from Italian defender Marco Materazzi by headbutting Materazzi in the chest. This scene was even more unbelievable, particularly because Zidane was not only going to retire from the French national team, but was one of the main players who took the French team to the ultimate victory. His unexpected dismissal completely altered the face of the match, which Italy triumphantly won and reached the final stage of the competition, and after a dramatic penalty shootout, lost to Spain. The red card of Zidane is one of those scenes that are unforgettable in football lovers' memories. Number 2. David Beckham vs. Argentina in the 1998 World Cup. There are moments in football history that have cost a player his place in the tournament, and this was the case with David Beckham in a match between England and Argentina in the 1998 World Cup. With the scores level at 2-2, Beckham was knocked down by Argentine midfielder Diego Simeone. Enraged, Beckham went down and kicked Simeone with his leg.
I remember Diego putting his hand on the back of my head, either rubbing it or pulling my hair a little bit, and then I just reacted.
While the kick was minor, the referee considered it a foul, and Beckham was incensed. England, who were already up against a strong team, had to commit a man down, and the match had to be decided on penalties, which England ended up on the raw end of. For Beckham, this became one of the most talked about red cards in football history.
That was the most difficult time for me in my career,
as he was widely criticized in England. Number 3. Luis Suarez's handball save against Ghana in 2010. In the 2010 World Cup quarterfinals, Luis Suarez surprised the whole world when he used his hand to prevent what was sure to have been a goal for Ghana. Suarez's handball stopped the last-minute header that would have secured Ghana's place in the semifinals, making them the first African team to do so. Suarez also got a red card, but Ghana failed to score, and Uruguay won a penalty shootout. Controversy arose about the intent of this play specifically, as some argued that Suarez's handball deserved the red card. In contrast, others claimed it was a tricky but valid decision, and others declared the play opportunistically dishonest. Number 4. Eric Cantona's kung fu kick at a fan in 1995. In the summer of 1995, Manchester United's French striker Eric Cantona created one of football's most recognizable moments. In a league match against Crystal Palace, he was given his marching orders, and when he got off the pitch and toward the tunnel, Cantona appeared furious. However, as he made his way through the fans, a fan of Palace supposedly said something to him, an emotion that nobody would have seen coming charged at him. Cantona flew into the stands with a flying kick, like a kung fu man, and hit the fan as he punched public members, yanking him back. The outburst led to an 8-month suspension, a hefty fine, and intense debates around player conduct, fan behavior, and stadium security, solidifying Cantona's reputation as one of football's most unpredictable figures. Number 5. Wayne Rooney's red card for England vs. Portugal in 2006. One of English football history's most memorable and significant incidents involves Wayne Rooney, a star player, in the 2006 World Cup quarter-final match with Portugal. Halfway through the game, Rooney, who possesses a bad temper, wanted the ball and was brought down with a challenge by Portuguese defender Ricardo Carvalho. In anger, Rooney stepped on Carvalho's private area, and this acted as a trigger to other players close to him. Beside was Rooney's teammate at Manchester United, Cristiano Ronaldo, who rushed to the ref, urging him to do something that eventually saw Rooney being sent off. When Rooney was red carded, Ronaldo notoriously drew attention to the bench to signify his inclination, angering English fans. Having been reduced to 10 men, England finally bowed out in a penalty shootout, and the red card singled Rooney's international career.
You can see he's going to his back pocket. There's the red card for Wayne Rooney for the push,
underlining the bitter enmity between England and Portugal. Number 6. Pepe's headbutt against Germany in the 2014 World Cup. Portugal's defender Pepe headbutting Germany's Thomas Müller during the 2014 World Cup was among the most reckless incidents during the tournament. In a group stage match, Müller faked an injury after a normal tackle from an opponent. Angry with the particular sequence of flows, Pepe started to offend Müller, who at that moment was closer to him, with a headbutt. However, the Portuguese referee did not think twice before producing the red card when the team was already down numerically. The absence of Pepe in Portugal's lineup destabilized the team, and they received a 4-0 bashing. This moment instantly not only negatively affected Portugal's possibility to advance, but also turned into an indelible symbol of the striker's Pepe's hot-headedness and anger on the world arena, which automatically made this red card one of the saddest current memories in the history of the World Cup. Number 7. Nigel de Jong's karate kick in the 2010 World Cup final. Dutch midfielder Nigel de Jong shocked fans globally. He committed a vicious foul during the 2010 World Cup final. His act took place at a match against Spain. This event became one of the most infamous moments of the entire tournament. Spanish midfielder Xabi Alonso was waiting to receive a high ball. Suddenly, de Jong launched into the challenge. His foot shot up to chest height. De Jong struck Alonso directly in the chest. The force of his kick was more suitable for martial arts than football. It also sent Alonso crashing to the ground. He looked visibly shaken. Surprisingly, the referee only gave a yellow card. This evoked much criticism of the refereeing. De Jong's high kick was later identified as dangerously reckless. Many believed it warranted a red card. This foul is now forever a part of World Cup history. It remains one of the competition's most brutal and contentious actions. Number 8. Joey Barton's explosive reaction in Manchester City vs QPR 2012. Joey Barton's incident in the 2012 Premier League match persists in memory. The chaotic event was during the Manchester City and QPR game. Barton became irate. This was after he received the red card for elbowing Carlos Tevez from Manchester City. Barton's frustration reached a boiling point. Aggressive behavior continued even as he made his exit from the pitch. He kicked Sergio Aguero from City and tried to headbutt Vincent Kompany, the captain. Barton's outburst was not just reckless, he was also caught on camera. This sent shockwaves through the football community. Subsequently, Barton received a suspension. This further tarnished his already troubled reputation. Barton's actions had their set of consequences. QPR were already struggling in the match. Barton's actions made the situation worse. His misconduct cost them severely. The incident was a high-profile reminder of the risks of unbridled aggression on the pitch. He became known as one of the Premier League's most hot-tempered players. Number 9. Roy Keane's revenge on Erling Haaland, 2001. Roy Keane's red card against Erling Haaland in the 2001 Premier League was shocking. Keane had been seriously injured in a fight with Haaland a few years earlier and took brutal revenge by unintentionally winning the ball and sending a high shot from his knee into Haaland. Keane was immediately sent off and later admitted in his autobiography that the match was a deliberate act of revenge. The incident became known as one of the worst personal attacks in football history and exposed the dark side of the sport. Number 10. Mario Balotelli's double yellow versus LA Galaxy 2011. Mario Balotelli's red card for Manchester City during a 2011 preseason friendly against LA Galaxy was not particularly violent, but memorable for its strangeness. After receiving the ball in a promising position, Balotelli attempted a flashy backheel shot that went wide. His manager, Roberto Mancini, was visibly upset with Balotelli's lack of professionalism and substituted him shortly afterward. However, Balotelli's reaction to the substitution turned sour, and his unsportsmanlike behavior earned him a second yellow card, ultimately sending him off. This incident fueled the perception of Balotelli as a talented yet unpredictable player prone to theatrics. These 10 red cards showcase some of the most jaw-dropping moments in football, from unsportsmanlike behavior to shocking acts of aggression. Each incident had a lasting impact through controversial results, player reputation, or unforgettable visuals. Let us know in the comments which red card you found the most shocking. Are there any other notorious red cards that should have made the list? If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more, and let us know what kind of football moments you want to see next.